If loving you means losing myself, then let me burn. Let me bleed. Let the darkness take what's left of me, so long as it takes me to you.
It didn't happen all at once. It never does. The kind of falling they chose. It comes quietly. A whispered spell. A look held too long. A silence that bends until it breaks. And then one day, they were gone. Not from the castle. Not from the map. But from the place where we used to reach them. Sebastian changed first. Not visibly, not loudly, but like the tide pulling at the shore, relentless and unseen. The rage in him coiled deeper. The voice that once cracked with emotion began to sound still. It was no longer desperation. It was belief. And when Solomon tried to stop him, to pull him back from the edge, he didn't hesitate. I was there, not by choice, by instinct, because part of me still believed I could stop it. But I was too late. It happened in Feldcroft, the one and only time Sebastian returned after everything had changed. He didn't walk in like someone visiting home. He walked in like someone claiming ruin. Anne came to meet him. She had hope in her eyes, fragile, flickering. She didn't know, not yet, that the brother she loved had already slipped beneath something else. He had written to her, told her he'd found something, a way to end it, a cure, said to meet him in the catacombs beneath Feldcroft. She believed him. Of course she did. Because even after everything, she still saw the boy who used to fight for her. But what she didn't know was that he wasn't looking to heal her. He was looking to take it, the curse, the pain, to absorb it, not for her freedom, but for his power. And Solomon was never kind, never gentle. But that night he tried for the first time perhaps ever to be a father to him. And Sebastian, he saw it as betrayal. They argued. Of course they did. But it wasn't the shouting that shook me. It was the stillness right before the curse. The moment Solomon reached out, just one hand, open, and Sebastian looked at it like it was poison. Then came the spell. Avada Kedavra, spoken like it had always been waiting on his tongue. Anne screamed, not a cry of fear but of recognition. She saw what we all refused to, that her brother was already gone. She raised her wand, and Eveleigh, she just stopped her. That was the moment it all ended. They told the world another story, that Anne's body gave out, the curse too strong, that she passed quickly, peacefully. And Solomon? They said grief hollowed him, that he retreated into silence, that one night he went to sleep and never woke up. Years passed. The world moved on, but I did not, because I remember, and I still hear the whispers. It is now 1890. They married, you know, Sebastian Sallow and Eveleigh Gaunt. She dropped the name Velmont, reclaimed the bloodline she'd been cast from, and they had a child, a boy. They named him Marvolo Gaunt. For a time, they lived on the outskirts of memory, quiet, removed, and then they simply disappeared. No funeral, no sightings, no bodies. Gone. Some say they died. Some say the darkness consumed them. Others whisper of madness, of Azkaban, but no one really knows what became of them. And maybe that was the point, because the story didn't end there. It never does. Marvolo Gaunt would grow up to have 2 children, a squib daughter named Merope and a son, Morfin. And Merope, she would fall in love with a muggle man, use Amortentia to bind him to her, marry him in secrecy. She became pregnant, and when the potion wore off, he left her, alone. And on the cold night of December 31st, 1926, in a muggle orphanage somewhere in London, as the world counted down to a new year, Merope Gaunt faded away forever, and a new cry entered the world, a cry that would change everything. His name, Tom Riddle. Or perhaps as the world would one day come to know him, Lord Voldemort. But that is another story.